everyone, on this video we are going to continue where we left on the previous one, so if you didn't watch that one you can find a link in the description. You can see here what we already have: two widgets, one for the historical price and another for the current price. So let's continue. To fetch data from the API you need to import this package HTTP and go to Android, source, main, and then Android manifest, and add here this permission like this. Make sure it's outside application. Save it all. And now we are going to fetch data from this website. You can see here we have the current price. This is the link we are going to use, and it returns a JSON. I can show you here in the JSON formatter. Search on Google and you paste it here, and you can see here the parameters. You have the time and the VPI with different coins. So let's create now a new folder here and call it model. Inside this folder create a new file and call this file currentprice.dart. Here create a class called currentPrice. And I will split the screen to see it better. If you want, you can use this JSON to Dart to help you build the class. I will show you how you can use it. But first I have to remove these arrows. So we need to replace this. So go here, copy, and paste it here, press process, and you can see it's valid now. So let's use now the JSON to Dart. Paste here the JSON and press on generate Dart, and you can see here the class generated. Sometimes this is not 100% right, but is a good place to start. So if you have any trouble creating a model class, you can use this tool. Let's go back to JSON formatter and create the class. We only need the BPI here, but I will also add the time, because sometimes it's good to know when the data was updated to see if it is still valid or not. So I will put here the time and the BPI. The disclaimer and the short name I will not use, so I will not add to this class. So create here a new class called time, and I'm creating this class outside because this time will also be shared when we call the historical price, but don't worry about that, we will see that in the next video. So the class is called time, and it has a string with the name, and let's copy to make sure that it matches. So first one is updated, and the second one we can copy this as well, copy here and put here. Okay, now create the constructor with these two arguments. And now create an instance of this class from a JSON object. So it takes a map with a string and dynamic types. Miss this and here. Okay, now variable updated is JSON and the key updated. And the value updated ISO is with this key. Like this. And now I can show you how you can pass to JSON. We will not use that in this demo, but I will put here the method just to show you. Because, for example, if you want to send it to the backend, you need to be able to convert it to JSON. So just to show you, I will create here the method. So final map string dynamic, and it's called data. Okay, and put final like this. Now we need to do the opposite we did in the other method. So this one is equal to updated, and the same thing to the updated ISO. Copy here because I make types sometimes, so let's copy and return data like this. Okay, save it. Like I said, you don't need to create this to JSON method. I'm just creating to show you how to do it. Now, because this class is not shared, I will create here on this file. So class BPI. Now we can create the fields inside this class. It's going to be the type currency. It's a class we are going to create. And it's USD, GBP, and Euro. Okay, now let's create this class. So class currency. It's lowercase here. And here we only need the rate. Okay, so put here string rate and create a constructor to this class as well. And here create the method from JSON. Because like in the other method, the data comes in JSON and you want to parse the JSON to currency class. So it takes also a map with the types string and dynamic and the name JSON. Inside is same logic, so rate equals JSON rate. Now here I have also a constructor that takes the 3 arguments. And have the from JSON method as well. Takes also a string and dynamic called JSON. The parameter was dollars. Let's copy here the name. And paste it here. And if this is not null, because if I pass null to the currency from JSON method, it would create an error. So make sure it's not null. If it is not null, call it here. Let's put this full screen to see it better, and if it is null, the field is also null. Okay, can copy, change only here, change here as well, this one also, and here. We can create now a new folder to place the network calls and call it network. And inside create a new file called network calls.dart. But before we change this file, we must finish the current price class. So let's go back, create now the from JSON method. So current price dot from JSON. Here we have time and BPI. So time, it's the same thing. Check if it is different than null, and if it is not null, call the from JSON in the time class. And if it is null, also null. And here the same thing with the BPI. You should also change this to the right names. Now we can create the API calls and finally fetch the data from the backend. So import this as HTTP and then create a function that returns a feature with the type current price. So we should put here a sync. And the response is equals to await, because we should wait for the response, and http.get and here the URL that we are going to use. So it's this one. Here, this one. Copy. It's the same here. So copy and go back. So and let's go back to our code and paste it here. And here we should check the status code. So if it is 200, it means it's okay. Let's comment here to know what this means, and we can use if statement. So return current price dot from JSON and import this as well, and because we need to decode, so JSON decode and the response dot body. Else throw exception with the message. With the text failed to hold. Here in the current price widget, instead of a text, we can use a future builder. This takes a future and displays data when the data is available, and you can also place a placeholder. So it's a filter builder with the current price. And in future we are going to use this fetch current price. This is the function we just created. The builder takes a function that has as arguments a context and a snapshot. Here this snapshot is where we can assess the data that came from the API. In this case it's from the API, but you can use this feature builder for other cases. For example, if you are fetching the data from the database. I will create some videos about that in the future, so if you don't want to miss that playlist, don't forget to subscribe. Here we should check if the snapshot has data, and for now let's just create a text widget to test it. So snapshot.data bpi.usd.rate else if it has error, display an error message. So text, and let's display the arrow to string. And the style is a text style, and let's give the color white, and the font size 20. We can go to the widget class, and here we can display the progress indicator, because if we reach this, it means that we don't have data yet. Because if the snapshot doesn't have data or error, it means that we are still fetching the data. Let's center this and save it and check. And you can see here we have here the text. Let's just change the colors to make it easier to see. Let's go back to the code, and I'm going to split screen to be able to see the emulator and the code at the same time. Okay, copy this text style here and paste it on this one. Now we need to center the text here. So to do that, we are going to put this inside the column, and the text, let's put here the dollars. Let's save it and check. It's centered in the horizontal. Now we need to center it vertically and add also a text above. This text is going to say the current Bitcoin price is save it. Okay, you can see here the text, and to center here vertical, put this column inside expanded widget, and main axis alignment dot center. Let's save it and check it. And you can see, let's just change the colors and the size. So this one, we can change the style here. So text style, colors dot white, and the other one to green. And here the size to 40, and we can save it and check. And you can see here the value. So let's finish this video here. We can continue on the next video. On next video I'm going to fetch the historical price and place the graph. So if you don't want to miss it, don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, and see you in the next one.